On the morning of his 40th birthday, Elias Ward opened his eyes to a sound he would never forget. The slow, heavy echo of everything falling apart at once. It wasn't an alarm clock. It wasn't a phone call. It was the silence of a life that had finally caved in, a job gone, a marriage drifting further away, a bank account colder than the steel chair he sat on, an apartment so lifeless he could hear the emptiness breathing. Most people fear losing everything, but Elias discovered something far more unsettling. The moment when you realize you've lived 4 decades without ever truly living. He didn't scream. He didn't break down. He simply sat there, staring at the ceiling, listening, because somewhere beneath the loneliness, beneath the regret, beneath the dust of forgotten ambitions, he heard something, a whisper, a warning, a wake-up call that would drag him through the darkest nights of his life and push him toward a destiny no one could have predicted. This is the story of the man who began again at 40 and rose from the rubble of a broken life to build a fortune that changed everything. In the days that followed, Elias lived like a man drifting between 2 worlds, the world he wasted and the world he still had the chance to build. But what pushed him forward wasn't hope. Hope was a luxury he didn't possess anymore. It was something far heavier, a question he had avoided his entire life. If this is where I am at 40, what will 50 look like? That question didn't motivate him. It haunted him. 3 days later, he returned to his night shift job as a security guard, a job he never imagined he'd end up taking. He once dreamed of running a business. He once talked about building wealth, building impact, building a legacy. But dreams fade under pressure, and pressure grows teeth. The building he guarded was an old financial office, 4 floors of empty hallways and forgotten desks, a place that held memories of people who moved on to brighter futures. But on this night, something felt different. The air was colder. The silence was tighter, almost as if the building itself was waiting for him. He reached the 4th floor, the floor he always passed quickly. At the end of the hallway was the glass-walled conference room. Tonight, he stopped. There, reflected in the dark glass, was himself. Older, tired, defeated. A man who had carried the weight of every regret he never confronted.
He stepped closer, drawn to the reflection like it was a version of himself, trapped in time.
His chest tightened. His breath thinned. The hallway felt smaller, the walls closing in, his past creeping closer. He wasn't seeing a reflection. He was seeing a warning.
And then?
A realization hit him so sharply, it felt like someone had spoken the words straight into his mind. If you don't change, this is who you'll be forever. He stood there, frozen, staring at the version of himself he feared becoming. Fear didn't break him that night. It woke him. At 3:12 a.m., he sat in the guard booth, hands trembling, not from fear, but from the weight of the decision he had just made. He pulled out his old cracked phone and typed one sentence: "How do I start over at 40?" The screen loaded slowly, as though the world was daring him to try. Article after article said the same thing. Starting over is possible, but only if you are willing to rebuild your life brick by brick. He read stories of men and women who rebuilt from nothing. Stories of those who started late, but rose higher than they ever imagined. Those stories didn't inspire him. They reminded him he once believed he could be one of them. Before sunrise, he made a promise to himself. Every night shift, I will learn one new thing that can change my life. He didn't know where it would lead. He didn't know if he was capable, but he was willing. The next weeks were brutal. He learned simple graphic design, basic video editing, copywriting, digital marketing, skills that didn't require money, only patience. Every night shift became a classroom. He created a freelancing profile, nervous, unsure, fighting every thought telling him to walk away. Days passed. Silence. Then, one night at 1 a.m.,
His phone vibrated.
a $5 order. Most people would laugh, but for Elias, that tiny job was proof that someone, somewhere, believed he could deliver. He didn't sleep that morning. Not out of exhaustion, but excitement.
Weeks passed. More clients came, slowly, uncertainly, but steadily.
2 weeks, 30 days, 60 days. The discipline began shaping him. Then came the moment that shifted everything.
An email from a mid-sized brand. They wanted a full video campaign. $2,000.
He stared at the offer for minutes that felt like hours. Fear rose again. Not fear of failing, but fear of succeeding. But he clicked accept. And that one click began a new chapter. He worked through every night, every morning, every ounce of energy he had. He studied. He practiced. He pushed himself further than he ever had. When he submitted the campaign, he expected criticism. Instead, the brand said, "This is excellent. We want to work with you long term." One client became 3. 3 became 10. He upgraded his skills. He upgraded his mindset. He upgraded his life. Within months, he hit his first $10,000 month. Years passed, slowly, steadily. He left the night shift. He built a team. He expanded into investments. He multiplied what he earned. And on a quiet afternoon, sitting alone in his modest living room, he opened his financial dashboard and saw a number he once believed belonged to other people, 1 million. He didn't cry. He didn't shout. He whispered to himself, "I'm proud of you." Elias learned something powerful, something the world rarely teaches you. You don't need to start early. You just need to start. And now, this is for you. Start with what you have. Learn something every day. Use fear as fuel. Build a routine that doesn't ask how you feel, only if you're willing. Tonight, before you sleep, write one thing. What will I begin today that my future self will thank me for? Your story isn't over. Your time hasn't passed. Your future hasn't been written yet. The strongest version of you is still waiting to be discovered. If you're ready to begin your next chapter, write in the comments, "I'm ready." And tell me the dream you're returning to. I'll read everyone.